Hey, welcome all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P-Funk. Thinking right out here in my lab in the wee hours of the morning where I do what I do for you. Got a good lesson for you today? Let's go. Right, listen, 25 rules to live by storytelling, story with a message is story for life. Got another good one for you. Hope you enjoy it. Let's do this. Right thinkers' mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Getting to know yourself from inside out. Right thinking is way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of obtaining spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. That's my mission to do that. Yours is to learn it, acquire it, and be it, aka know thyself. Your job. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard that. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I got you. Stay tuned. A person who knows not and believe that they know, dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual law clock. I wake you up with what? Knowledge of self. Ding, 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 ding. I'm here. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons, they reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to Maya, be true. You have to understand balance. And with balance, it should be engineered. Today's lesson, right thinkers, let's talk about right thinking philosophy is mental engineering. Oh, wait, what? Yeah. That's why I do what I do. I'm going to enlighten you, hopefully inspire and educate you, and that should motivate you to do what? Something for yourself. So let's go. Right thinking philosophy is mental engineering. The definition of engineering is the use of what? Scientific principles, meaning it's been proven what? To design buildings or machinery of, of structure or buildings. Engineering, you're going to put something together. You're going to plan it. You're going to lay it out. The engineering it took to build this had to be a bad mamma jamma. Why? Because it haven't been duplicated. There's another lesson. Let's stick with the engineering. I'm going to give you my little engineering lesson. Okay. Engineering and use, we got that. Now, right thinking philosophy uses spiritual, disciplinary principles to build you up spiritually with what? Knowledge of self. That's why I keep explaining to you. I've engineered a scenario and a situation, worked it, manufactured it, and perfected it to where now I can engineer it and teach it to others, and they can do the same thing. I can pass it down. Daily studies and the use of your spiritual principles will set you apart. Why? Because you will be walking to a different beat. Some of us want to be with the crowd. Those who walk to their own beat will walk away from the crowd. If they're going that way, I'm going that way. Why? They don't know what they're doing. If you're a crowd follower, if you're a crowd pleasing person, you ain't never gonna be satisfied. Why? They will eat you alive. If you give them what they want, they'll want it all the time. If you trying to please people, I do shows. I keep track of the views. Some is up, some is down. I don't care. But for real, why? Because I'm giving a lesson. Some like them, some don't. That ain't up to me to pick and choose what lesson I give. Hope you like it. I do what I do for you. Let's go and get back on track. All right, here you go. With right thinking philosophy, you're building yourself to be a spiritual edifice that will be recognized and respected from the way you walk, talk, and act. I'm getting that right now, so I'm know that it worked. Mental engineering is having a plan and daily routine and sticking to it, and it will build you to be your best self. That's how it's done. Spiritual engineering is learning spiritual truths and then what? Using them. It don't make no sense to get this knowledge and information and don't use it. I'm a spiritual engineer. Why? because I built myself up spiritually and it shows. I did this. Who do I trust? Me. That's who. Okay. Right thinking philosophy is spiritual engineering because you're building your spiritual edifice, which is you. Your body's a temple. All you have to do is spiritually enhance it. Wake it up, do it right, and people will see it as, for the street, godlike. Okay? Spiritual engineering is how you what? Reach spiritual enlightenment, aka self-mastery or reaching nihas or Christhood. Anything that pertains to your higher self, you can do that for yourself. You have it within you to do. Spiritual engineering, watch this, aka spiritual awakening to your higher self, is how you know thyself. You have to engineer, you have to follow a plan, you have to understand the blueprints and follow the letter to the law. The story with Icarus, when his father gave him the wings to fly, he said, don't fly too high, don't get too close to the sun, the heat will melt the wax of the wings. Ego, showing off, Icarus soaring high as he could. And he realized when he got the height he can go, the wax started to melt from the heat like his father told him. If you go too close, it's going to heat it up. And he did that. He fell to his death. Moral of the story is follow the instruction to the letter law. Why? Is the reason why sometimes it's either do or die. And that was one of them cases, and that's a harsh reality. But in life, sometimes it's hard. Understand that. Let's go. Emotional engineering. Again, spiritual and emotional, two different things, so understand that. Now, your emotional engineering is what? Having control of your emotions when? At all times. Some of us, oh, I just flew off the handle, oh, he just made me act, oh, she just did. That's not emotional engineering. Okay? You're losing control, you're not in control. Engineering means you're in control, total control. Emotional engineering is, watch this, is needed in order for you to grow and master yourself. You have to conquer your emotion. Just like your ego, things, and your character, your personality, you have to get an understanding of them and better them. Don't let people tell you about your character and you keep saying, well, that's just how I am. Perfect your character so people will see you and respect you for the way you conduct and carry yourself and deal with them. Having your emotions under control, watch this, happens if you use what? Emotional engineering. When? Daily. You can't turn it off to say, well, I'm just wild out today. I don't want to be emotional. I want to use my discipline. It don't work that way. It's a constant. If the sun decided I don't want to shine, it ain't his decision. Just saying. It takes a while, what? To master what? Emotional engineering. But with daily practice, you can do it. Why? I have, and I don't think I'm no better than nobody else. When it comes to doing what you need to do, you have the same equal opportunity to do the same for yourself. So I don't put myself above nobody when it comes to being myself. We all have the same opportunity. And for those who don't know, I'm trying to help you out. That's why I do what I do for you. Now, emotional engineering, like anything else, what? Has to be practiced when? Daily, in order for it to work and to be good at it. This is how it's done. Nobody starts out good. Nobody starts out at their best. You learn and you get better. That's what it's all about. Again, process. Cultivation of right thoughts. Okay? Cultivation of your thoughts means you think before you act on the thoughts. You think it, you think it again. Do that, whatever. I wouldn't want to do that. Double check your thoughts, okay? Keep the thoughts. If they're positive, I don't have, at one time, I used to have to fight off these crazy, just bombardment, but he don't bother me no more with them. Why? Because I don't act on none of them. I have control. I have my thoughts under control. Your control of your thoughts. I try to have positive thoughts no matter what. Why? Because to think negative is not going to work. Trust me. You positive thinkers, positive vibe, positive vibration. Everything has to be positive. When you bring the negative in, it's going to be disturbance in the force. Okay? Conceptually. Get used to what? thinking what? Good thoughts. That's mental engineering 101. If I start thinking about the stuff that you may want to do, or if I let the body tell me, you can do it. No, those are bad thoughts. And if you entertain them, they're going to come more, and eventually you're going to act on them. The less you entertain those negative thoughts, the less they will come to mind. Why? Because you're not acting on them, so they got no legs. They got nowhere to go. They got to just fall at the wayside. This is what spiritual discipline does for you. This is why your thought cultivation and understanding, controlling what you think is important. When you can control your thoughts, you're a master of cultivating what? Your thoughts, aka master right thinker. Trust me, that's how you get there. You can't claim, or what way, I'm a master right thinker and acting a fool. No, they can say, no, my man, he don't act like that. We seen him, we know him. If you want to be like him, you got to act like he do. Okay? Trust me. You control what you think and only focus on the positive thoughts. Let the negative thoughts go. Why? If you entertain them, that means you might actually, they say, is a man thinking, so is he. Yeah, that's true. But if you got lust and larceny thoughts, you're going to end up acting on them. We all like pretty women. I don't do that. Why? I ain't got time for that. When I was young, I'd gawk and look like crazy. Man, been there, done that. But as you get older, things start to change. You start to see life a little different. And if you're still living below your waist, all you see is the big butt and the smile. Now, all you see is the body. That's all you see. Spiritual people, my eye sees the internal person. That's the difference. If we all were spiritually with our eyes open, we'd see a lot better and do a lot better. Why? Because we can see the phony people, we can see the fake people, and we can avoid them. Little Red Riding Hood was told a story. They didn't tell her how to avoid the big bad wolf. Another lesson. Oh, sorry about that. Here you go. Last one. I'm about to wrap it up. Appreciate you tuning in. Mental engineering is right thinking philosophy. That's what we do. We use our mental to keep us spiritual. Why? Spiritual without mental, you're just a fanatic. Mental without spiritual, you're just a smart person. Balance. Again, Maya. Everything is based on balance. Too much of this ain't good. Too little of that ain't good. So maintain an even balance. But that's for you to engineer and decide for yourself. Everybody's balance is different. If you are a deep thinker, and I am, and I go into thought, and I do my little hand on the chin. This means you're pondering. And this is why the baboon was thought to be the thinker. Because as he sat, looked like he was thinking. Looked like he was, he just contemplating. That's why they use him as a thinker. That's why they got Tahuti as the baboon, because it looks as if they always thinking. I teach you to think and to use your spiritual disciplines daily. Why? Because that's how you master them. You use them, implement them on a day-to-day basis, and it becomes habit forming. It becomes a routine. You get good at it. Everything you do is what I just stated 7 principles mental. Thinking right is mental engineering. You're thinking in the right way. You're thinking about the right things. You're thinking to do what? The right thing. Knowing how, to think right, you will be your own master. That's what you want to be, your own individual. I run me. I control this. If you don't have the wherewithal and self-knowledge and understanding of yourself, aka knowing thyself, somebody's going to control you. Somebody's going to manipulate you. Somebody's going to misuse you and abuse you. Why? Because you don't know no better. And if they know better, they're going to use you. If you knew better, they'd have to respect you. Why? Because they can't. Last one. If you're not thinking right, you're not thinking at all. Become a right thinker and think for yourself and do for yourself. That's what right thinking philosophy is based on. You doing the best you can do for you. That's why I do what I do for you. Stay tuned. I got more for you.